All right, it's a little chilly out here. It's literally below freezing. It's 28 degrees up on this mountaintop right now. And I'm hiking through the ice and rocks to get up to a ridge. And I thought I would answer your questions. Finally. I asked you guys a while back on Facebook if you had any questions for me and I would answer anything. And you guys asked some well, questions. I don't know if they were good or not. A couple of them were good, but I figured I filmed it, but it had a ton of background noise and it was a little too scripted. So I decided I'd just do this in real time and give you a real picture of how I would answer this stuff. So, welcome to the first AMA. Let's do this. All right, question number one. What are the biggest surprises so far? Oh man, there were a lot. I'd say Glacier National Park. I had no idea what to expect when I went there. And oh my goodness, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world so far that I've seen, other than Patagonia. And man, it took me by surprise. I would love to go back there and hike some more. Same thing with Olympic National Park and Forest. The Hoh Rainforest there is great. It reminds me, right near the Hoh Rainforest, there is a place and a river and a lake and a road, and it's all called Hump Tulips. I don't know who came up with that, but they named the entire place that, and it was just strange. Well, hopefully this wind doesn't ruin my shot here. It's gonna be a little windy for a second. But that was a big surprise. Another thing is every state besides California has a blinking left yellow turn arrow. That's kind of weird. It's something that California just goes to a dull green, and that is supposed to signify that everybody yields after the green arrow turns off. But apparently they have to specify that in every other state, so that's a little weird. Chicago. Chicago's a fantastic city and I love it. I was really surprised because there's so much stuff surrounding Chicago, so much, I guess, news broadcasts and statistics and all these things, but it's just a really nice city. I enjoyed my time there. Yeah, so that's what really surprised me outside California. Number two, is there a difference in culture outside of California? Yeah, I'd say there's definitely a lot less crackheads outside the 7-Elevens. That's for sure. You know, people, they talk about Southern hospitality, but really there's a Midwest hospitality and North hospitality, and everybody has a general sense of togetherness, helping each other out. And it doesn't show. You wouldn't know that from watching the news or being on social media. But just talking to people, people are generally kind and friendly. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's a huge difference. It's just the same thing, but in different respects. I don't know if you can tell, but it's freezing cold out here. Okay, what's car life like? Number three. Well, it's my office, it's my dining room, it's my bedroom, it's my living room, it's my everything. So I may not have bills like living in a house, but I do have to pay for gas. So if I'm running the heater all day and all night like now, it does run all the stuff down, and vice versa. And in the summer, if I'm running the AC the whole time, if I'm trying to power my electronics, I'm gonna be putting a little more wear and tear on my battery, my tires, all the other stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. It's like being in a jigsaw puzzle every single day. And I actually feel safer inside my little cocoon in my car than I do in motels or anything. I am constantly worried about all my stuff because everything I own is in my car. And I bring my valuables in with me, but realistically, any little thing that could happen to my car would sideline me immediately. So yeah, it's different. It's my car is my home, is my castle, and I worry about it. Okay, number 4. Yeah, that leads right into it. Does anything scare me? Number 1, top of the list, existential crisis, climate change. Yeah, so there's that. But number 2, very close second, is getting into a car wreck and losing everything I have. Let's say I get into a car wreck, I go to the hospital. Afterwards, I get out, I go to my car, and all my stuff's gone. People have picked through it while it was on the side of the road, or while, you know, went to a tow yard and stuff's just gone, or damaged, or wrecked, or completely gone, and I'm just stuck. Gotta wait for an insurance claim or something. It just, yeah, there's that. And number 3 is, I mean, catching COVID and possibly having detrimental effects to my lungs for the rest of my life. Yeah, pretty scary, I would say. Yeah. And then there's clowns. I'm actually near Derry, Maine, but I don't think I'm within the 27-year stretch. So next time, Pennywise. Okay. Number 5, the best food spots. Okay. So in general, I would say best for breakfast is McDonald's, because you can actually get oatmeal, and they got rid of their parfaits, but you can get other stuff, Taco Bell as well. You just go for the low calorie options. But 2 of the best spots that I've actually eaten in my entire journey, one was in Roanoke Park, California. I was in the mood for some quick sushi, so I went to a place called Quick Sushi, and I was actually pleasantly surprised for the price. I got an omakase, which is basically what happens when a chef gets to choose the pieces that you get of nigiri sushi, and then you another roll on top of that. And so you got that whole thing for, I think, like 16 bucks, which is unheard of for an omakase. It's really quick, guy was really friendly, and it was just massive portions, and it tasted great. So yeah, really surprising. I get worse quality for a higher price at these fancy Japanese restaurants. And then number 2 was Uptown Hearth in Glacier Falls, Montana. No, it's Columbia Falls, Montana. Yeah, and it's a breakfast and lunch place, and I ate there 3 days in a row. I love their breakfast, their parfaits, their oatmeal, their breakfast sandwiches. I love their lunch sandwiches and meals. Man, it's funny because there's a place right down the road that everybody goes to, and I guess they're just more advertised, or you see more cars outside, so everybody goes right there. But it's 2 blocks away, and this place is leaps and bounds better. So if you're ever up in Kalispell or going up to Glacier National Park, look up Uptown Hearth. It's totally worth it. All right. Let's see, how many licks does it take? I'd say till our legs start shaking. Oh, you mean a Tootsie Roll Pop. Nobody actually licks a Tootsie Roll Pop. They stick it in their mouth and they suck it. You almost got me. Almost got me. Why does Indiana smell funny? Well, he probably goes on all these adventures and never takes a shower. I would suspect that's why. In the entire movie series franchise, and we're not going to count number 4 because that one was terrible, do you ever see him take a shower? I mean, he was in the sewer with rats. I mean, he didn't even bathe after that. So yeah, I would say he's probably pretty stinky. Let's see, number 8, new and upcoming material. What have I got coming down the pipe? Well, I'm trying new things. I'm experimenting with new camera configurations and angles. I'm doing side-by-side up and down cameras. I'm doing all kinds of things. I really just like filming what inspires me, and there's not a set format to that. It's just open-ended. So whatever in the moment is really got me interested is what I'm gonna go for. And out west, there was just so much to see and so much to show and describe in detail that I felt inspired to do that. But when I got to the Midwest and there was a lack of that type of outward detail, I found myself really gravitating towards sketch comedy and doing skits and, you know, having a good time, laughing, you know, because that's really what this adventure is about seeing new things, exploring, being inspired, writing, reading, expanding my perception of different places and people. It's it's definitely a journey, and I think that doing that sketch comedy really tested challenged my abilities as a filmmaker, and I'm learning new things and I'm challenging myself to do new stuff. And if you look back at episode 21, the Halloween special, I actually I spent an hour on that beach during the Skelly romance scene, we'll call it, doing that filming, because if you look at it, for that maybe 8 seconds of filming, there are so many camera angles and things like tricks, sleight of hands that I had to do. And I put a lot of work into that video, actually. And then more recently, in Cantwell Cliffs, when I was doing episode 22, I did a really big sleight of hand where it looks like I have a forward and backward facing camera and I'm walking through stuff or down and around stuff or going under things. But realistically, I walked through there maybe 3 or 4 times at the exact same pace and filmed at different angles and then stitched the clips together to make it look like I was doing it. And it came out so well. I was like, damn, another tool in my toolbox. And that's such a good feeling. Ooh, let's see what's through here. It's a little tight. Oh. It's another way down. Let's check it out. Let's try that again. Ooh, let's see what's through here. It's a little tight. Oh. It's another way down. Let's check it out. So, in terms of what I've got coming up, realistically, I don't know. It's just whatever I'm inspired by and whatever challenges me, and I'm gonna keep doing it because it makes me happy. Even though I have maybe like 10 followers that really watch my videos, you know what? It's quality over quantity, right? All right, next one. Would Iron Man rust? Okay, so this question was about a triathlon, but in general, I actually went a deep dive into it. Iron Man, his suit in the comics is made out of titanium. And in the movies, Robert Downey Jr. says that it's a nickel titanium alloy. And titanium doesn't rust. I don't know about nickel, but you know, Iron Man doesn't spend any time underwater. And rust is an oxidation process that comes with moisture and types of, I believe, ferrous metals. I'm not entirely sure on that, but because of the amount of time he doesn't spend underwater or near water or in moisture, and then he flies around and gets dry pretty quickly, he's got basically air jets and energy coming from him that would dry it immediately. I would say there's a slim to nothing chance that he would ever get rust on his suit. So yeah, there you go. Let's see, where do babies come from? Come on, guys. Weren't you paying attention in my Mount St Helens video? I described the entire process in tectonic plates. But apparently the people asking these questions don't watch my YouTube videos, so whatever. Let's see. Will I start an OnlyFans? Now, I think a store that sells OnlyFans is kind of a niche category. I mean, even Dyson has the market on that with those ion blades, but I just don't think that for all the time and effort that I would put in to create content in my store, that I would actually get any subscribers or people that would buy my stuff. And the people that are probably suggesting that don't even watch my YouTube videos to begin with. So no, I'm not going to start an OnlyFans. That's just a terrible business venture for me. And I don't think I would enjoy it as much. Let's see, number 11, last one. Actually, I think it's number 12. Yeah, last one. Am I secretly Batman? Well,
Truth is, I am Batman.
all right, guys, this was a lot of fun, I guess. I'll do another AMA in the future. If you have any more serious or non-serious questions, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Until next time, as always, like others, share an awesome adventure, and subscribe to A Better Way of Life. See you guys on the next one.